The government is fully aware that any military action taken in the East could lead to unintended escalation, particularly with a nuclear armed advisor like Pakistan. India is aware that any military action, however justified, will invite global scrutiny. Therefore, Indian diplomats are engaging with major global powers, including the United States, France, Russia, and key Middle Eastern nations, to sensitize them about the scale of the provocation and the need for India's measured response. Namaskar. I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India, and today in Bhartiyata Ka Sankhanat I will tell you about the calculated response of the government and the strategic patience. How really India is preparing for a military reply to the Pahalgam attack. The recent attack in Pahalgam, which claimed the lives of brave Indian soldiers, has stirred nationwide grief and rage. Public sentiment is intensely charged, with citizens across the country demanding immediate retaliation against the perpetrators and their backers in Pakistan. Yet, despite this mounting pressure, Prime Minister Modi has refrained from succumbing to the emotional demand for instant revenge. Instead, he has offered the Indian Army a free hand to choose its timing, strategy, and methods to punish the attackers. A signal of a matured, nation calibrated approach to national security. This stance reflects New Delhi's commitment to strategic patience, a doctrine that values long-term national interest and deterrence over short-term gratification. The government is fully aware that any military action taken in the East could lead to unintended escalation, particularly with a nuclear armed advisor like Pakistan. Thus, behind the scenes, a complex wave of military, diplomatic, and intelligence preparation is being laid out to ensure that when a strike comes, and it most likely it is precise, proportionate, and politically unassailable. The first prospect, this preparation lies in intelligence gathering. The Indian Army, in coordination with Research and Analysis Wing (RAW), the Intelligence Bureau, and the National Technical Research Organization (NTRO), is currently engaged in tracing the exact route, handlers, and support infrastructure that enabled the Pahalgam attackers to operate. These details are vital not only for neutralizing the responsible modules but also for building a credible dossier of Pakistan's complicity, which would be essential in preempting international criticism once retaliation is executed. Second, diplomatic groundwork is being quietly but robustly pursued. India is aware that any military action, however justified, will invite global scrutiny. Therefore, Indian diplomats are engaging with major global powers, including the United States, France, Russia, and key Middle Eastern nations, to sensitize them about the scale of the provocation and the need for India's measured response. This international outreach aims to secure diplomatic space for strike, ensuring that India is not seen as the aggressor but as a victim defending its sovereignty. Third is, strategic planning on the military front is being meticulously undertaken, given the precedent set by the 2016 surgical strikes and the 2009 Balakot airstrike. India has a range of options at its disposal, from targeted cross-border raids and airstrikes on terror camps to covert operations via special forces. Each of these options carries its own risks and benefits, and military planners are currently assessing terrain, weather conditions, enemy deployment, and potential civilian collateral damage. The objective is to strike a decisive blow without triggering a wider conflict, a task that demands precision, preparation, and above all, patience. Moreover, India's military leadership is also factoring in the psychological aspect of warfare by keeping the timing ambiguous and tactics unpredictable. India retains the element of surprise, a key to any successful military operation. The ambiguity itself acts as a deterrent, forcing Pakistan forces into a state of high alert, draining their resources and exposing vulnerabilities over time. Finally, domestic readiness is also being ensured. The government is coordinating with internal security agencies to tighten the counter-terrorism measures in Jammu and Kashmir and other vulnerable areas to prevent retaliatory attempts by proxy groups. Public communication has been measured with senior leaders avoiding inflammatory rhetoric while assuring nation that justice will be delivered. And in conclusion, the Narendra Modi government is taking a methodical approach to the Pahalgam attack, one that balances the thirst for justice with the obligation of responsible statecraft. The delay in retaliation should not be mistaken for inaction. Rather, it is resilience before a storm that is being planned with care, one that aims to deliver justice to the fallen soldiers while safeguarding India's strategic interest on the global stage. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India, and every day we are updating you regarding the Pahalgam attack, government's plan, propagation, reactions of the public all over the nations, and also how India is running diplomatically, as I told you now. So subscribe to Uday India and stay tuned with Uday India. Thank you for now.